Hello everybody, and I want to show you my vanilla orchid. I don't know if you remember, I had it on a different video and I showed you it was like, I don't know, like 5 feet long piece of vanilla that one of my fellow orchid growers from the Oklahoma Society gave it to me, and he gave lots of it to other people. So what I did with this one had a big long root, and what I did is that I just put it inside this pot with really fine bark mix, and I added some coconut chips and husk. So it's doing really good, and this is actually the new branch of the vanilla. It was really slow growing and then suddenly started growing really fast. I don't know if it's the fact that it has some kind of something there. That I think it's probably and I made this trellis. I don't even know how tall it is. It barely fits in the house. Well, it's on a little table right now, but I don't know how big it's gonna get. I know they get really big, so I don't know how good it's going to do inside, because you know they actually grow outside. Well, all the orchids grow outside, but I don't know if it's going to do well indoors. At least not it's not in the greenhouse, so I hope it's going to do well. And I also want to show you here my other cuttings. The big one I cut in little pieces, and I put them in water, and they are growing roots. They had some roots, but they're growing more roots in the water, and they are even growing. They have new growths. This one's new, and actually this other one is new also. They are two different cuttings. They are three in this vase, but the new roots grow from the nodes, like here, like you can see next to the leaf. So they grow lots of aerial roots. But if you have a cutting, you cut here, and then you let this root keep growing. So when you plant it in some kind of media, you don't supposed to bury the whole stem in the media, so it has to be just barely. That's what I did. Mine has probably an inch in the media, and it had this very long root. Like I said, it was, I don't know, like 2 feet or a feet, 1 feet long probably. Anyway, so now it's doing good. It's doing really good, and I'm going to pot one of these, and I'm going to give it to a friend of mine that it's been asking me for one, and well, I hope he can make it live, because he kills all the orchids I have given. Anyway, I also want to show you here a humidifier. This is from Accurate, and it's a thermometer with a hygrometer, or however you say it. It's to measure the humidity in the room. Right now it's telling me that it's almost 50, and you can actually calibrate humidifiers. This one is very simple. It was I paid like $3 at Home Depot, and you can calibrate it moving this dial on the back. So I'm gonna tell you how to calibrate it. I actually saw this on a video also on YouTube, and well, you take one of these soda pop lids, and you fill it up with salt, just like the kind of salt you use for cooking or eating, whatever, and almost all the way to the top, not completely to the top. So then you put some water, not too much water, just enough to get the salt wet and not soggy, just to make like a little paste. So and then you put it inside a plastic bag like this one, and then you put your hygrometer and you just put it inside and you seal the bag and you wait for probably 3-4 hours, and it has to show here, it has to read 75% humidity. What I did is that I put it and I left it overnight, and the next morning it was showing me, I have 3 of them, so one of them was showing me that it was probably 70, another one was showing me 45, so they were not calibrated. And so once you can get it out and move the dial, and so the needle points to the 75%. But one thing is it's tricky, because when the moment you take it out of the bag, the needle is going to go up. See, because it's measuring the humidity in the room. So what you can do, if you get a big bag like this one, instead of taking it out, you just move the dial from underneath, so you don't have to take it out of the bag, and it's not going to lose all the humidity that is inside the bag. So that can be more accurate reading. So you just put your hand under the bag and you move the dial. Like I said, it's very easy. You just turn it like this, depending where you need it. So calibrating it has to be 75% inside the bag with the salt that is moist, and that's how you calibrate the hygrometers. Anyway, I hope that's useful for you. It's been really useful for me, because now I have a better idea how dry my house is. And now I want to show you something else. I have one of my Phalaenopsis, the one that has 2 keikies. They are doing well. They're still growing roots, not so much with the leaves, but I was thinking that I could repot the plant while it's growing the keikies, because it's on stagnant moss. But today I just found out, this is the story of my life. You know that, because I have been saying this every time I try to I'm about to repot. I find that there's a spike, and there's a new blooming spike there. So it has 2 spikes with a keiki each one, as you can see, and now growing a new blooming spike. So now again, I don't know what to do, because this sphagnum moss, it's bad. So I don't know. I'm waiting until the moss is really dry, and then I water again. That's what I do. So I hope it's not going to the roots are not going to get rotten. So I hope it works. Or some people say that you can actually take it out and repot it, but being really careful, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I can be careful, but I don't know if that would work, and I don't want to lose the next blooming spike. So if these 2 little guys get to grow big roots just like the other one, then I can save them, and well, then I wouldn't be that sad if I lose this one. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, it's really nice, and it's big, and it looks so healthy. But it would be a shame if I cannot save it. But well, that's it for me today, and I hope you like my update, and I hope you find useful my what I told you about the humidifier, not a humidifier, about the hygrometer, and thanks for watching.